Hello, hello, this is Arcades, and welcome to another build episode here on Stormworks Build and Rescue. And, yeah, I've been working on this boy, the, VTOL. Yes, I was trying a new spot to stand from instead of down there. But anyways, so, what's up for today's, thing? Well, yesterday, yeah, because I actually did do that video yesterday. No, the last video, we got these wings added in. And we got them blended in, we got them placed. They have fuel in them, as you can see. And now, we need to work on the next part, these engines. It's finally time to look from rather simplistic and rugged to, just a proof of concept build, to something that actually looks nice. I say that as I put the, yeah. So this is going to be interesting fun. I kind of do and kind of don't have an idea what I want to build. It's going to be on the fly. So we'll see how this comes out. So yeah. Hope you enjoy what you watch. I hope you like what you see. If you do, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Helps the channel out immensely. And yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so here's the thing. So we've got all this set up. We got all the systems, squashed out. And I know that moving some of this is going to affect their performance. So I'm trying to do this with moving as few parts as possible. Like, especially with the cooling system. Like, moving it will mess things up, possibly to some degree. And I want to keep that from happening. So but the problem is it puts everything at the bottom. The other thing we have to address is that when I go to turn this, when I go to yaw, it tilts the engines for my yaw mechanism. I know some people just use the pitch to affect it, but I'm actually using the rotation of the engines to perform this. And so I'm going to need to get the clearance so the engines can tilt backwards without braking on the wing itself, because I didn't fully test the yaw yet. So we're gonna probably have to I might extend it out like a block or two away from the end of the wing for the entire engine thing, but I may just leave them still too. I'm not sure yet, but the plans have not been made and I am winging this. But I do know what I want, and I'm gonna try to stick to that as much as possible. So yeah, let's get started. So one of the things I think I am going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab these rotors themselves. Right here and here, and I'm moving them up one square. So this is going to be the first thing I do to help with the clearance issues. So we're going to just put those right back. And I also want the room just in case I decide I want to put a extra, pipe in there, or an extra, gearbox in there for whatever reason. It'll be there, and it'll be available. Okay, so that's the first order of business. We got that taken care of. Now, we need to get the shape down. So, we have the fuel line currently coming up and over. I'm probably going to still stick with that, because that looks like that might be the... Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. But I want to deal with this, right? Deal with this. Yeah, let's deal with this first. I do know I want to keep these where they're at overall, but we're going to have to rotate them forward so they come up more flush with the body of this thing. I may also move them, because I'm trying not to reorient any of the cooling parts because it may affect their performance. Not because they're positioning, but because the order they are placed will affect their performance. I don't know, it's weird, it happens, so I don't want to mess with it too much. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate these guys to point forward. We're going to get the profile down, and all the thick stuff is probably going to put here, because I'm going to try to leave this area exposed and just have it just hanging down there with, yeah. Alright, give me a second and let me see what I can come up with. Alright, well, I've got an engine pod built. I legitimately am not sure how well this is necessarily going to go, looks-wise, but it's there, it's put together. I'm not against how it looks for the most part. I think I will make some changes later, but... Okay, so I wanted to make sure that the ridges of the motor stood out down here, and I wanted to make sure the pseudo pulley that's on the front still stuck in. So I made sure to let that part hang out, because that's like the most prominent detail of this thing that really stands out as that shaping. So I want to keep that, you know, sitting out there. I redid this up here. I want to revisit the exhaust a bit, but for now I'm going to do this. And I try to make it look like a foot, so that, you know, it looks like it's putting its hands down, because I'm calling Knuckle Dragger because of these big massive, like, arms. What looks like massive arms from the engine pods sitting down, so I kind of want to have that look still. And I'll probably revisit that all later, but for now, I think this works for what we need, so let's spawn it in and take a look in the real world. Forward. Alright, gyro's on. Alright, now, do we have the clearance for the pods for the yaw? That looks like it is so. No damaged rotor blades, so that's good. The extra height helped. I don't know why that's still there, but I will take care of it. Okay, so we have the engine pods in. I know that, like, I want to do something about the shape of the back. Okay, so I got in, did a little redesign. I got to look a little nicer, make it look like a potty. It's still going to be a big, because that's a big engine in there. So, you know, building around that and all that, it's not going to look the prettiest necessarily. We've got that there. Yeah, and I think that's fine like that. I'll figure out something else to get in there, probably flattening it. For the shape, though, I think this works. It looks like big and heavy duty. We got the... I wanted to make sure I have that particular detail of the engine sitting out there, and we'll probably revisit the exhaust again later, but for now, it works. So yeah, I think next thing we're going to work on is I want to get the cockpit a little bit more reasonable. As you can see, it's a little bit holy. Yeah. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed what you watch. You know the deal. You know the spiel. This is Arcades signing out. Have yourself a good day. Whee!